a little bit of pressure goes a long way with those. All right? Okay, so now I'm going to move a little quicker because I know that I'm too thick up here. So again, I'm using that small curve. And then when I think I might be getting close to the correct thickness, I'll use the broader curve of the flat surface, clean that up, and then stop the wheel. Still no movement, no give to it. So, and I'm going at a pretty good clip for center, for trimming. Now, you know, this tool's great too, and that's a good, you know, if you want to use that one. The thing about this tool for this particular trimming these mugs, is that on your tool, this is not as broad a flat plane. It's a much tighter one. So I feel like you need to finish this particular form with this tool, okay? So I just do the whole thing with that tool. But you can certainly use, when we get into, you can certainly use this tool. When we get into raised feet on those bowls, this is going to be a great tool for you. All right, I'm getting close. I had to press harder than I would like to, but I did get a little movement. So that means a little bit thinner. And now you see that original bevel is almost all gone. I've gone through almost all of that. You want it nice and smooth. You don't want gouges from the edge of your tool. So be watchful. Because I want it here at the top of the bevel, and then I'm going to curve in. Okay? And that's it. But I can't leave it like this. That's all that pitted surface, because the trim surface is all pitted because of the grog in the clay. And that'll scratch any surface you put it on. Glass, wood, steel, plastic, you name it. Marble, it'll scratch it. So a damp sponge over your trim surfaces is very important. Take a wooden rib. I like this one, because there's no corners on it, and I dampen it, and then I start at the center, and I'm just pushing down just enough to push that grog back in, okay? And you'll see it happen. And you want this to be nice and smooth, so I call this sealing the surface. It's also compressing. You know how we compressed when we threw the pot? We opened the floor of the pot, and then we used this rib to compress the floor. You're doing the same thing on the outside. What that'll do is it'll eliminate the majority of risk you might have in getting a crack, an S-crack in there as the piece dries and fires. You'll hear a lot of potters complain about getting S-cracks. And I've decided that the reason S-cracks occur is because there hasn't been sufficient compression of the floor of the pot. So if I'm going to compress it on the inside, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I have an opportunity to compress it on the outside as well. Okay? So now I've done that, and see how smooth those surfaces are? But I've got a little edge there, and what I want to do is I want to blend this. Oh, I didn't bring out a towel. I want to blend this with the existing, the thrown portions of the pot. So I'm just going to use a damp leather, not a real wet one, just a damp one. And I'm just going to touch those edges and go over this and really smooth this down. Okay? So there it is. So then I'll take, I like the base of my needle. It's a nice edge to sign the pieces. Allie-Ann uses this beautiful stamp that she made. So that's possible too. And dry your hands. And there's your cup, okay?